So welcome to class. Today we're going to talk about antioxidants, specifically those contained in supplements and essential oils with Young Living. So whenever we talk about health and wellness, we always want to remember that it's not just about what you're cutting out of your life and out of your environment and out of your diet. It's also important to pay attention to what you're putting in. So the reason I wanted to do an antioxidant specific class is because there's been so much talk lately about diet, about water, about healthy lifestyle, about toxin-free living, about taking things out. And there hasn't, I think, been quite as much talk about what do we put back in and why do we put things in. There's been a lot of discussions about supplementation and is it useful? Is it important? Is it a waste of time and money? There's a lot of opinions out there about that. If you're interested, go check it out. But from what I can find, it seems like these days supplementation is simply a necessity. The plants that we have these days do not have the same nutrients or nutrient content as they did years ago. In fact, there is a study showing that we would have to eat 8 oranges to have the same amount of vitamin A that our grandparents got from 1 orange. And that's from the Scientific American Journal. 8 oranges today gets you the same amount of vitamin A as what your grandparents got in 1 orange. So that's a big difference. And that's a lot more to eat just for the vitamin A. Akushi Institute analysis of nutrient data, they analyze nutrients in fruits and vegetables from 1975 to 1997. So that was 22-year-long study. And this study was done 23 years ago, right? So now we've got twice that. It found the average calcium levels in 12 fresh vegetables dropped 27%. Iron levels dropped 30%. Vitamin C levels dropped 30%. These are huge drops, and that was 23 years ago that they found this. So I can't even imagine what the drops are like right now. It's kind of amazing. The plants that we have now don't have the same vitamins and nutrients. The soils are losing vitamins and minerals and microbes faster than they can be replaced. And then a lot of people are saying, okay, well, plants don't have it, but I can get that from my animals, from the animals that I consume. But animals are consuming the fruits and vegetables too. So our animals are also turning out to be malnourished. There's a study in the Journal of Nutrition and Health that found copper levels in the UK are down 90% in dairy, 55% in meat, and 76% in vegetables. This is an essential nutrient that we need to be consuming, and it's best to consume these nutrients from our food. Food is always the best source if it's clean and if we can get it. The problem is that's not the case these days. Water is also being depleted of minerals because of plants pulling more nutrients out, modern production methods making things more efficient, and then also we have filtration systems in cities and within our homes that remove important minerals like magnesium. Magnesium is needed for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body have to have magnesium to be able to do those. Not to mention what's being added back into water. So our needs for supplements have just grown greater. In addition, naturally, nutritional absorption declines with age. The older we get, the less we absorb. So nutrient deficiencies, they hurt your performance. They can cause DNA damage. They can make you age faster. They make us have wrinkles more, can cause chronic diseases. This is why we need to supplement our diets. It's an important fact nowadays. It's if we could get everything we needed from our fruits and vegetables and food that we consume, I would say go that route. The reality of it is that's very challenging to do these days. Because fruits and vegetables are grown so much quicker, because we've gotten more efficient in how we grow our plants, we also realize, it's also coming to light, that the plants don't have as much time to absorb the nutrients from the sun, from the soil, from the water, and there's less nutrients in it because of all the things that have been happening. So why are antioxidants important? There's a joke story that tends to work well for most people to understand why antioxidants are important, and it involves a bar. So stick with me here. Let's say, this is a metaphor, that you have a significant other, your honey, and you and your honey are going to go out and you're going to celebrate, you're going to go dancing. So you get dressed up, like you're dressed to the nines, you're ready to go out and have a wonderful time. You go to the bar and you're sitting at the bar getting ready, the band's getting ready to get started, so things aren't quite happening yet, but you're hanging out, you're enjoying each other, you have a really good bond. The two of you have a great bond, you're having a great time, you're celebrating, everything's good. And you look around the bar and you recognize that your honey is the best looking person in the bar, hands down, don't even need to have a discussion about it. Okay, maybe you're in there too with that, but your honey is like on it. They're like, yes, that's the number one best looking person in the bar. And then you turn around and you see walking into the back door this super good looking person. And it's one of those people that you know is going to be disruptive. Like they're walking in by themselves, flinging the doors open, and it's like, I am here and I'm here to have a good time, and I don't care who gets in trouble. I'm going to have a good time. That's who just walked in the bar. And you see them scoping out the room because you know what's happening. They're like looking to see who are they going to attach to? Who are they going to hit on first? And boom, eyes straight on your honey, because your honey is the best looking one in there. So what do? You know that there's no more competition in the bar for this person over here that's showing up. So you pick up your phone really quick and you call you text your friend who lives just down the block. And your friend, always down to party, always down to have a great time, really good looking, can bring it on, and just has that charisma to be able to snap up and snatch up people and just turn everything into fun. And so you text them and you say, hey, there is the perfect person for you, just walked in, we're around the corner, get here quick. So your friend says, I was just about to go out, I'm all ready, I'll stop by. Whew. All right, so now you just have to wait for them to get there, and you're just trying to hold on to your bond, your relationship, while this person is over here flirting with your honey. So pretty soon, your really good-looking friend walks in, and you're like, over here, point out this disruptive person trying to disrupt your bond. Your friend walks up, sidles up right next to that person and says, hey, how you doing? Boom. They connect, they go off dancing, they have a wonderful time, and your bond with your honey is secure. No problems, nobody trying to interfere with this, and you have a wonderful time. Your honey and your bond would be, okay, that is a healthy bond. That's a healthy cell pairing, healthy activity within your body. That first person that walked in trying to disrupt things, that's a free radical. Free radicals exist in our world. We get them from what we consume from our food. We get them from the environment. We get them from the water. We get them from electromagnetics. We get them from processes that happen within our body naturally. Free radicals are all over the place, and they love to disrupt healthy paired bonds. Your friend that you called up, that's antioxidant. Antioxidants, what they love to do is they love to find those free radicals and pair up with them. They don't like that disruptive energy. They don't like that disruptive force. So they'll pair up with that free radical to keep them from breaking up a paired bond. So having plenty of antioxidants in your body, in what you consume and what you do on a daily basis is very helpful and very important. Antioxidants also have to be replaced regularly, because free radicals are replaced regularly. So we want to keep that balance up. You want to have everything in your body, in your system, to be able to take care of everything that you're doing in your life, everything you need to do, and everything that's about to walk in that door. You want to take care of that. That is my example of why antioxidants are important, to help you with those free radicals. Antioxidants can also, let me find my notes here. So in addition to creating an unfriendly environment for free radicals and working to scavenge those free radicals and pick them up and pair them up, they can help prevent mutations. We don't like mutations. We are not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or any of those cartoons. We don't like mutations. We don't want them. So they can help prevent mutations. They can prevent fungus, oxidation in cells, and they can help oxygenate cells. Oxygen is important. We want lots of that. So the more antioxidants you have on board, the more capacity your body has to do all the things well that it already knows how to do. So my favorite antioxidant supplement within Young Living is Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red is the antioxidant juice that is available from Young Living. I have a bottle of it here. I'm going to pick it up carefully because I'm going to show you why in a little bit. This is a bottle of it. This is a 2-ounce sachet of it. Ningxia is the whole wolfberry puree. So it comes from the wolfberry. And Ningxia Red is made of the whole puree. This is why I was being careful with the bottle. So you can see down here, it's not just juice. A lot of juices, a lot of healthy drinks are primarily juice. In Ningxia Red, it's puree. It's the puree of the fruit, the entire fruit blended up so that it can be processed easily in the body. So I have been very careful not to shake this bottle so that you can see all of this that is settled to the bottom. This is the whole fruits that are in this Ningxia Red. Of course, if you're going to drink it, you'd shake it up first to get it all blended through so that you can have it. But most juices, I do have a bottle here that I was going to show you. This is my bottle of cranberry juice. It's whole cranberry juice, nothing extra. But can you see? There's no puree. There's nothing. There's very little sitting on the bottom. Compared to this, that's a lot, right? That's a lot. So we want the whole berry, we want the puree because that makes it a whole food supplement. Whole food supplements tend to work better in our body and our body likes them more. They are just more powerful. So Ningxia berries are the wolfberries. They come from the Ningxia province in China. When Gary Young was looking for how to stay healthy and vital for as long as possible, he discovered the blue zones in the world. And Ningxia province in China, the Ningxia River Valley in China, is one of the blue zones. So they have more centenarians, people that are 100 years or older, in their province than most places in the world. The Ningxia region also holds the gold certificate, which is China's equivalent of the USDA organic certification. They're grown with no fertilizers, no pesticides, no sulfur, no irradiation, no dyes, no heavy metals of lead, arsen, mercury, or cadmium in the soil. And it's continually tested. One thing Young Living does is it continually tests the soil, the water, and the air, as well as the plants after they've grown. So it's testing before growth, during growth, after growth. Basically, there are 21 tests that Young Living runs on all of their products. They run each test 3 times each time they do it, and they do that 2 times. That's a lot of testing. That's a lot of testing. But they're doing all this testing to ensure that that seed to seal standard is met and that they have the highest quality products that there can be. There's a lot of concern right now of products coming out of China, but because of the seed to seal promise and that guarantee and all of this testing, I have no concerns of my Ningxia berry, my Ningxia berries or my Ningxia Red juice. I am confident in this and how this is. So the Ningxia region's irrigation water comes from the Yellow River, which is upstream from all the pollutants of the major cities. So they're higher in elevation upstream from the major pollutants, which is really helpful. That the Yellow River floods the Ningxia plants with a layer of minerals and silt every year. And the farms in Ningxia are in a semi-arid region with plenty of sunlight, a high temperature difference between night and day, which is really important for plants. Think about sap running in maple trees, right? We need that temperature difference. Warm in the day and cool at night, it causes the liquid in plants to become more vital, keeps them moving, keeps them circulating. The elevation is just right for the plant to be the most productive. So super important to be grown in that environment. They also have the perfect conditions and pH of the water and the nutrients of the soil and the silt because of that Yellow River, because of how it flows, when it flows, and how it comes in to water the crops. So the conditions in that area have earned Ningxia the distinction of being China's recognized herbal medicine valley. The valley where Ningxia berries are grown, where Ningxia Red comes from, the Ningxia Valley, is China's recognized herbal medicine valley. That's pretty important and pretty huge. Ningxia has a high nutritional content and naturally occurring organic sugar. That's the sugar that allows your cells to talk to each other. There are many different types of sugars. It's important to pay attention to what type of sugar that you're getting. The sugar that's in Ningxia allows your cells to talk. Ningxia is Chinese only medicinal wolfberry production base. It's the only one that exists in China. So there are 7 quick reasons in the science behind why Ningxia Red is important and useful. Number 1 is antioxidants. 1 ounce of Ningxia Red has 22 pounds of wolfberries. The general serving is 2 ounces. This has 2 ounces in it. The sachet right here has 2 ounces in it. So 1 ounce has 2 pounds of wolfberries. I think I said 22, I meant 2. 1 ounce is 2 pounds of wolfberries. 2 ounces would be 4 pounds of wolfberries. It takes 4 pounds of wolfberries to make this pack. There are 17 or 18 species of wolfberries, but only the Ningxia wolfberry has the ability to deliver all the micro and macronutrients that are bioavailable to the cells of your body. Bioavailability, very important. Antioxidants play a huge role in aging, memory, arthritis, inflammation, and a lot more. The oxygen radical absorption capacity, or ORAC, is a method of measuring antioxidant capacities. That's how we find out how many antioxidants exist in a product. Right now, the highest antioxidant on the ORAC scale is vitamin E. That comes in between 800 and 1200, followed thereafter by blueberries, raspberries, pomegranates, and then on down the line. When you combine fruits together, they can reach around 3000 on the ORAC scale. The ORAC scale for Ningxia Red is 27,300. That's huge. And we hit that high level of antioxidant properties because of the puree, because of the Ningxia berry, because of the combination of the fruits that are used, and because of the essential oils that are infused in the supplement, in this drink. So where ORAC is concerned, that oxygen radical absorption capacity testing, Ningxia Red, highest up there. The next closest doesn't even compare. Reason number 2 Ningxia Red is such an effective supplement is because of the acid to alkaline rate. In your body, you have alkaline and you have acid. Many of us know this. We know a lot about pH in our body. Acid tends to breed viruses, bacteria, and fungus. When you can keep your pH more neutral, you inhibit the growth of those things that you don't want in your body. Everything we eat converts in our stomach, which has a pH generally of 2.5. Wolfberry, which would be the Ningxia berry, goes into the stomach and starts breaking down as an acid. So it starts as an acid, but the minute it hits the small intestines, it switches and converts back to alkaline. It's acid binding and alkaline forming. So it binds other acids and then forms alkalines. There's only one other food that does that, and that is lemon. The wolfberry is chemically structured to convert because of the amino acid trypsin, T-R-I-P-S-I-N, which is responsible for the conversion of amino acids to protein. So guess what? Ningxia Red is an alkaline protein. This is a good thing. We like those things. Reason number 3, free radicals. Think back to my story of the person walking into the bar trying to disrupt things. We get free radicals from the air, from the electromagnetic fields, from the things that we're eating. Everything that's high in ORAC will flush your system really well of free radicals. Most other nutritional drinks do very little against superoxides, which are the worst free radicals, because the drinks are so heavily processed. So we want to make sure that we have a drink that works against the superoxides, and Ningxia Red does that. Reason number 4, it's important, vitamin and mineral pair. Minerals have to be properly balanced in order to be used and useful in our body. Too much calcium results in zinc deficiency. Too much zinc can suppress immunity. It can lead to anemia. Everything has a balance and needs to be balanced in there. Both the mineral profile and the mineral balance of the Ningxia wolfberry is without equal in the plant kingdom. Magnesium to calcium ratio is 1:1. Zinc to copper, 2:1, and potassium to magnesium, 8:1. It's exactly what the body needs, and it's in proportion for what it needs. Reason number 5, it's a macronutrient. You're getting a whole food nutrition. Many of the nutrients that we're getting are micronutrients. They're pieces and parts of it, which can be useful, but it's more useful when you can get the whole plant and all of the pieces and parts at one time in one thing. It's not a synthetic source that's coming from the plant. It's a food-based source. This means it's easier for your body to process and you absorb more of what you're eating, or in this case, drinking, unless you make it into a popsicle and then you would be eating it. It's also a liquid. If you did a digestive function test in the United States right now, about 95 to 98% of us would come back with a weak or deficient digestive system. Lots of reasons for that we don't need to go into today. But because Ningxia Red comes in the liquid form, it means you absorb it faster and your body doesn't have to work very hard to break it down, which makes it even more usable. Reason number 6, essential oil. It's infused with essential oils. Essential oils in Ningxia Red act as a delivery system to the body. So it helps this come and work in the body even better. Because it's infused with Young Living therapeutic grade essential oils, it increases the absorption rate of Ningxia. The tiny oils molecules act as a delivery system for the larger molecules. So it like helps those big molecules come across the cell wall and make them more effective and useful. Reason number 7, it has the right sugar and the right enzymes. Not all sugars are created equal and not all sugars are bad. Hear a lot of bad rap about sugars these days, and it's important to recognize that the right sugars open the door for your cells. We need those for our cells to be able to talk to each other, for the door to open so that they can get what they need. That sugar, that right kind of sugar, can trip that and allow that to happen. When our cell membranes are inflamed, oxidized, toxic, or lacking in mitochondrial function to energize the receptors to open and close that door, we have no energy. We're just feeling tired, worn out. The Ningxia Red sugars open the door to our cells so good information can pass into them. It crosses the lipid barrier of the cell and passes inside. There are only 8 sugars on the earth that can open the door to a cell wall. Ningxia has 4 out of the 8 of them, naturally occurring from the wolfberry. And it also has enzymes. By age 40, you start losing digestive enzymes in your gut, and Ningxia is loaded with the right kind of enzymes to help you break down food and nutrients to get out what you're eating, get the nutrients out of what you eat. Feed your body exactly what it needs. Like I always say with enzymes, if you take enzymes before, during, or after a meal, it helps you digest that meal. It helps you break down that meal so that your body can use the nutrients in it. If you take enzymes between meal, it will help you break down and digest everything else that's just hanging out, waiting, gumming up the works, can help you digest and break down those things so that you have more use and function out of your gut and your gut health. So Ningxia Red also, in addition to those 7 things, contains every essential amino acid. It contains 13% protein, the highest protein content of any fruit. It has trace minerals. Trace minerals are super important for so many things. It has naturally occurring vitamin B1, B6, and B2, which are the energy vitamins. It has more vitamin C than all of the fruits and veggies on the earth that we know of to this point, 148 milligrams. Parsley and spinach have 133 milligrams. Oranges have 53. It has more calcium than cherries, which is 16 milligrams, and cruciferous vegetables, which is 50. And because it has 110 milligrams. And it has more beta carotene, 12,600, than carrots, which clock in at 11,000. It's loaded with fiber because the skin of the berry is preserved. It is included in there. Perhaps the best thing that wolfberries do for your body is what it does for your cells. The cell membrane is made up of oils, fats, and phospholipids. There are proteins floating on this liquid and very flexible sea of fat, so fat lipid. The proteins are like antennas that pick up messages from other cells. You know, the messengers that come into a cell that have fancy names like insulin and thyroid enzyme, digestive enzymes, neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. We need to be hearing those messages. We need to receive them. They're messengers that do not work well until you have the right sugars with them. So you can see how important it is to have those nutrients all together and working in your cells so that you have healthy cells, so that things that need to break down can break down, and that so things that don't need to break down don't mutate. We need that healthy communication. If you mess up the cell membrane, you need more insulin to get the job done. So the Ningxia wolfberry and good nutrition can impact your cell membrane. It can help cellular communication take place, keeping our cells talking to each other. It can give the mitochondria the energy it needs. It can provide micronutrients and feed mitochondria, and it has the right sugar to open the cell doors. When you eat poorly, that gets all mucked up. The lipid layer on the outside of the cell gets sticky. We don't want sticky cells. What happens when we get sticky cells is that they tend to stack on top of each other like coins. Ningxia wipes that doorway clean. It wipes the sticky stuff off, and it increases the surface of those coins, those cells, so that good information can pass into the cell. And I have a video of this that I want to show you. So give me a second. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see this video, if I can find where I have it. All right, here we go. Actually, I'm going to pause this. I don't think I quite started that right. Can you guys hear it okay? Let me redo it and stop sharing. Let me redo this. Hang on. Gotta love Zoom. All right, there we go. Okay, let me restart this.
This is a blood sample of somebody before taking Ningxia, and this is actually a great example of an unhealthy cell. See how it's stacked like coins? What this means is the cells are right on top of each other. There's very little surface area to them. A lot of it's crowded, which means can't get a whole lot of oxygen in there, which means can't really detox itself, can't breathe, can't take in nutrients, can't detox. Oxygen is what we really need to emit what we... This is a blood sample of somebody before taking Ningxia, and this is actually a great example of an unhealthy cell. See how it's stacked like coins? What this means is the cells are right on top of each other. There's very little surface area to them. A lot of it's crowded, which means can't get a whole lot of oxygen in there, which means can't really detox itself, can't breathe, can't take in nutrients, can't detox. Oxygen is what we really need to emit what we don't need, take in what we do need. So this person was given 1 ounce of NingXia Red. 15 minutes later, this is what their blood looked like. Isn't that awesome? So that's a healthy state in the body. So how many of you guys drank your NingXia Red packet when you walked in?
Yeah, there you go. So sorry about that mix up. I think I restarted it again, but could you hear that time? Yeah. So that first image was of blood work that was done, and you could see all of the cells stacked up on each other because they were sticky. They had the free radicals, lots of things happening that were not healthy. They were given 1 ounce of NingXia Red. A packet has 2 ounces in it. They were given 1 ounce. 15 minutes later, another blood draw, and you could see how it cleared out so much of that stickiness of the cells. They weren't standing on top of each other. They weren't stuck together, which means there's more surface area for the cells to be able to have those communications, to receive what it needs and function in a more healthy way. So NingXia Red, super helpful. So NingXia Red doesn't heal your body. I'm going to make that perfectly clear. This does not heal your body. It's not what it does. It cleans the receptor site so your body can heal itself. It takes away all the extra junk, takes out some of the static, takes out some of the noise, and helps to clean out some of the garbage, the free radicals, those things showing up to mess everything up. So that your body can do what it needs to do, so it can communicate, so that it can have these healthy cells, so that it can figure out what needs to be taken out with the trash, what needs to be broken down, and how to fix and support all the rest of it. So Ningxia Red won't heal you. It will just allow your body to heal itself in a much healthier and supportive way. Same is true for the other options within Young Living that are high in antioxidants. On the supplement line, in addition to Ningxia Red, we have the longevity capsules. That's the one that's encapsulated frankincense. It has other things in there like clove as well that make it really high in antioxidants. Essential zymes and essential zyme 4, those digestive enzymes, dietary enzymes that we talked about in previous videos, high in antioxidants. When we clean up our gut, our body works better. So helpful with antioxidants and high in antioxidants. Juvatone is really helpful, and Master Formula, as well as Mineral Essence. Mineral Essence has a really healthy balance of those trace minerals and important minerals that we need, and high in antioxidants. Multigreens, also high in antioxidants. And then of course we have Super C and Super C Chewable. Super C is the tablet form, which has for vitamin C, my eyeballs aren't working, 1,440% of vitamin C that you need in a day. And the Super C Chewable has 170%. So healthier for kids, might be overdoing it for kids depending on where you're at and what you're doing. But chewable, non-chewable, both really high in antioxidants. Super B, also one of the supplements that are high in antioxidants. And then the newer one that we've got very high in antioxidants is Olive Essentials. Olive Essentials, the hydrotyrosol that we get from Spanish olives, very high in antioxidants, very supportive of entire body wellness. So I don't know about you all, but ever since this shelter in place started here in California, whenever I muscle test or check what it is I need, Olive Essentials has jumped to the top. Olive Essentials and vitamin C have jumped to the top of what my body's been asking for. So I'm very glad that I have that support. In addition to Ningxia Red, I already take Ningxia Red every day. Essential oils themselves can also have high antioxidant properties. Some of those include things like clove, rosemary, and thyme. Yes, I don't know about you, but I think about these three and I start singing that song. It starts with parsley, but clove, rosemary, and thyme, right? Got it? Song? Yeah. High antioxidants. Peppermint, tea tree, helichrysum. Helichrysum we talked about previously in another one. Lemon and cinnamon bark, also high in antioxidants. And there's a lot more. There are many oils, essential oils that have antioxidant properties that can be very useful for you. These can be taken topically, used aromatically, or if they're the Vitality version, can be taken internally to support the antioxidant levels in your body. You can breathe these in. We're breathing in free radicals. So if you're also breathing in the essential oils in a diffuser or, directly, that can help to capture some of those free radicals and pair up some of those free radicals that are coming in the air as well. So you don't have to take all of your antioxidants internally. You can use them topically. They'll get through your skin to your bloodstream very quickly. We've talked about that in previous videos before, and you can also inhale them. So antioxidants, super important. My favorite way of getting them, of course, is Ningxia Red. I drink 2 ounces a day. My go-to is I will put 2 ounces of Ningxia Red in a glass and then top it off with bubbly water or regular water just to make it a little bit more. It tastes sweet, but it has a very low glycemic index. So if you want something with a low glycemic index, this definitely meets that need. And I will often add a drop or 2 or 3 or 4 of other essential oils to boost whatever it is that I'm wanting or hoping from my essential oils. So I'm going to share my screen again and share with you a little bit more of that PowerPoint that I had. Hopefully. Let me skip this one.
This is blood.
There we go. So benefits of Ningxia Red. These are some of the other full fruits that are pulverized into it. It's not the juice of these fruits, it's the full fruit. So the Ningxia Wolfberry is an overall body tonic that will nourish, support, and strengthen every system of the body, supports normal eye health, cellular function and energy levels. Plum improves digestion, has low sugar level, and promotes bone health. It promotes regular bowel movements. Black chokeberry or aronia berries are high in polyphenols that help strengthen the body's immune function. I don't know about you guys, but everybody I know has been talking about strengthening their immune function. Sweet cherries filled with antioxidants that support the joints and helps maintain normal acid levels in the body. Pomegranates, high in folic acid, vitamins A, C, and E, potassium, and niacin. And blueberries supports healthy urinary tract, promotes healthy brain function, and protects cell DNA. There are a lot of ways to take some fun Ningxia shots that you can use at the 2014 convention. This is 5 of them that they had for people to try. And at convention every year, they have lots of shots that you can have at the Ningxia bar. But often people will take pictures of them and take them back home and make them themselves. So Atomic Fireball would be 2 ounces of Ningxia Red, 1 ounce of Ningxia Red, 2 drops of cinnamon bark, and all of these are Vitality, and 1 drop of Akutia. So if you remember those Atomic Fireball candies that I don't know, I got when I was little, my mom's favorite, you can get yours in the form of an antioxidant rich shot. The Mind Blasters for that mental support, 1 ounce of Ningxia Red, a drop of lime, peppermint, citrus fresh, frankincense, and cinnamon bark essential oils. You can get the Hot Flash, which is 1 ounce of Ningxia Red with 2 drops of cinnamon bark, 2 drops of peppermint. The Dreamsicle, which is 1 ounce of Ningxia Red, 1 drop of sacred frankincense, orange, lemon, tangerine, copaiba, citrus fresh, and lemon Vitality. And then the Simply Smooth, 1 ounce of Ningxia Red, 2 drops of tangerine, 2 drops of lime, and 1 drop of sacred frankincense. Just a fun way to boost more of what it is that you want and need in your body, and use your essential oils that can be supportive of you. And again, all of these are the Vitality version essential oils. There are so many different essential oil Ningxia Red shot combinations that you can make and find for yourself. Personally, I love just a couple of drops of grapefruit essential oil, or cinnamon bark, or orange. I've been on an orange kick lately. So let me see, anything else I need to show you on that? I don't think so. One of the things to make note of is that a serving size of Ningxia Red is 1 to 2 ounces, 1 to 2 ounces. If you're under 6, it's 1 ounce. If you're over 6, it's 1 to 2 ounces. Some people need to work their way up when they start taking Ningxia Red, because if you're already started with a depleted system, it can feel a little bit challenging once you start putting nutrients in. Your body's like, wait, what is this? I have to become familiar with this again. When I started taking Ningxia Red, I didn't notice anything right away. I noticed I liked it. I noticed I liked the taste of it, but I didn't know what I liked about it. It was a gradual thing for me. Some people, when they start taking Ningxia Red, it's immediate. They know exactly how they feel. Things feel different and they can name it. For me, it was gradual. So I took 2 ounces of Ningxia Red a day, every day for 3 months. And then after about 3 months, I was like, you know what? I don't even know if this is working. So, and it seemed expensive at the time. So I'm just going to pause. I'm not going to take it for a while. And I ran out and I hadn't reordered. And within 3 days, I noticed a difference. I noticed I was not sleeping as well. I did not have the energy in the day. I was craving snacks. Things were happening that I didn't even recognize hadn't been happening before when I was taking my Ningxia Red daily. What had happened was I started from an empty tank. My levels in my body of health and wellness were below the wellness line by far. I had to fill my tank, get to that healthy wellness line, and then I would notice differences. So once I had a full tank after I'd been taking Ningxia Red for, a few months, it was such a gradual shift that I didn't notice it. The only way for me to notice it was to stop taking it. And then big things were shifting and I didn't like it. So I immediately got back on my Ningxia Red, got my order in, got my products in, started taking them. And then that time, the first day I took it, I noticed it. If you haven't used Ningxia Red before, or even if you have, a nice fun way to kind of test it out for yourself would be to take 1 ounce of Ningxia Red and take a sip and hold it under your tongue. Hold it in your mouth for about 20 seconds, particularly under your tongue. Under your tongue is a great way for absorption into your bloodstream. So for about 20 seconds, just hold it in your mouth and feel it in your mouth, feel it under your tongue. And then after 20 seconds, swallow it. Oh, before you do that, you need to do a little test. Take a couple breaths, see how your lungs feel. Look around the room and really pay attention to how are your eyes functioning. When you look at something close and then look at far, how long does it take for them to adjust? How long does it take to focus? How far can you see clearly? How close can you see clearly? So notice these things and how you feel in your body before you do that. And then you put a sip in your mouth, hold it in your mouth for 20 seconds, hold it under your tongue for 20 seconds, and then swallow it. And then repeat that. Take a breath or 2 or 3 and notice what you feel in your lungs. Look around the room. See how quickly your eyes are adjusting to things that are far and things that are near. How far can you see? How close can you see? For many people, they immediately notice a difference in one or more of these things. It's an interesting little test to see where you might be on your wellness, where your wellness line might be, and how Ningxia Red might interact for you. That's not even taking a full 1 ounce shot, and that's not taking a full 2 ounce serving. That's just getting a little glimpse at how you feel in your body with a little bit of Ningxia Red and all of those minerals and supplements into your bloodstream. So get your Ningxia Red and try that. If you purchased your premium starter kit, in the premium starter kits these days, there are 2 of these 2 ounce serving sachets in your starter kit. So you're already starting out with the opportunity to try some antioxidant options. In addition, essential oils that come in your kit that have high antioxidant properties include peppermint and lemon. So you have options and ways of testing out and increasing your antioxidant properties without having to jump right in and purchase a whole bunch of things. So try those out, see how you feel, notice what you feel in your body and system, and then you can take that and decide how you want to move forward. Now, because I lean so heavily on Ningxia Red for my own health and wellness, I make sure that I'm on Essential Rewards, which is the monthly ordering program from Young Living. It's optional. You do not have to do this, but it's the cheapest way to get my Ningxia Red products. It's the cheapest way because I get less expensive shipping by using them, and I can also get the combo kit, the Ningxia Red Essential Rewards kit. The Ningxia Red Essential Rewards kit comes with 4 bottles of Ningxia Red, these bottles, which have about 25 ounces, a little more than 25 ounces in a bottle. So they come with 4 bottles, and they come with 30 of these sachets. The cost per ounce breaks down to $1.17 per ounce if you get it on Essential Reward with that kit. For me, as a single person, doing about 2 ounces a day, that is about a 3-month supply of Ningxia Red. The sachets I take with me when I travel. I keep them in my office. I keep them in my lunchbox. I keep a couple packs in my freezer. They don't completely freeze, so it becomes a treat, like a Ningxia slushie. So I get my antioxidants in dessert form without having to be a full-on sugary dessert. It's a nicer way to do it. If you don't want to do that, the only way to get that is if you're on Essential Rewards. If you don't want to do Essential Rewards, that's fine. What you can do is just order your bottles. You can order just the bottles. You can order just the packets, or you can order a combo. The combo pack, not on Essential Rewards, comes with 2 bottles and 30 of the packets. The cost per ounce of that is $1.38. These are US dollars. Sorry, I forgot. There are some international people on the call and potentially watching this. So those are US dollars. If you want a slightly better deal, if you buy an 8-pack of the bottles, you skip the packets, you buy an 8-pack of the bottles, it comes out to $1.25 an ounce. So that's really not that bad considering how much nutrients you're getting automatically and naturally in that. You would have to eat the equivalent of 3 pounds of broccoli florets to get the same amount of antioxidants. You would have to eat 4 pints of strawberries, 3 pints of blueberries, a ton of carrots. It's amazing how much food you would have to actually consume in order to get the antioxidants and the minerals that you get from Ningxia Red. So dollar for dollar, Ningxia Red is a less expensive way to go, and it's easier to consume than eating 4 pints of blueberries every day. I don't think my system could handle that. So that's what I have to say about antioxidants. Remember those free radicals. We don't really like them. We'd rather they be paired up with other antioxidants so that they are not disturbing those healthy bonds. So do whatever it is that feels right for you, whether that is the Ningxia Red, whether that's one or many of the supplements, whether that's boning up on your essential oils, doing them topically, internally, or aromatically. But boosting that antioxidant profile in your system is going to help your overall health and wellness. So I hope this information was helpful for you. I would love it if you would like and subscribe to this video if you're watching it on YouTube or on Facebook. If you have questions, please post them below. I'd be happy to answer them. And I hope you all stay well, stay healthy, and stay engaged.